Good morning, everybody. My name is Karla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch and crochet, but also other crafts that I enjoy and a little bit of life thrown in. So today is FlossTube number 252. It is Sunday, July 28th. I want to say welcome for those of you that are new to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you like what you see. Want to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and sharing this time with me. This may not be the best first video. I think it's going to be kind of short. I'll get into that in a few minutes. But first, my Southern California weather report. The temps are going to be going down. It was hot last week, in the 90s several days. Low 90s, but still in the 90s. And I think it's going to be close to 90 today, high 80s, if not all the way up to 90s. And it is supposed to be going down. Oh, Baggy's making his presence known, my black cat. Of course, I start doing a video, he has to come over here and talk to me a little bit. Right, Bags? What was I saying? Oh, weather. Oh, it's supposed to be going down. For next week, it's supposed to be like in the lower 80s, like 82, 83. Under 85 for about a week, and then next weekend it's supposed to get hot again, up in the 90s for I don't know how long, because, you know, my little weather report on my phone only goes for 10 days. So we'll see how accurate that is. I enjoy cooler weather. I mean, not necessarily cold weather, but I enjoy it when it's a little cooler. It gets really hot in my apartment. So this is kind of, I guess, going to be a slightly odd week. I will be honest with you guys, this is I think one of the first times ever in my 5 years of doing a channel where I really considered just not doing a video, this day, because I feel like I don't have very much to show you. As I said, it was an odd week. Yesterday, especially, let me back up. So it was really busy at work. It has been very busy at work, which is not a problem. It's just, you know, I get home, I'm tired. And Thursday I was home because I had my apartment sends out like a quarterly exterminator thing. Several years ago now, I want to say like almost 4 years ago maybe, there was like a roach problem in my apartment, and I had to have two full treatments where like I had to clear out my entire apartment and clear out the entire kitchen. It caused a lot of stress in my life, I have to say, and I'm still like, I never put everything back into the kitchen after the second time because it was just so over the top work that had to be done. I mean, part of the problem is that I'm in such a small space that there's no place to put it. Like, you know, like I called the office when it first happened. Again, this was like 4 years ago. And they were like, oh, well, you know, I just put it in my spare bedroom. I'm like, I don't even have a single bedroom to put the stuff. So, you know, anyway, so after the first 2 times, I think it was only 2 times I had to do that. Then they started coming in quarterly and doing like just a gel treatment where you don't have to move anything, which is fine. And they've always come in. I'm always here. He comes in and he does like a gel treatment like under the kitchen sink and on the hinges of the cabinets and in the bathroom. And that's always how it's been. And then last Thursday, I got the notice that they were going to come in, or over the weekend that they were going to come in on Thursday. And for the first, it never said this before. It said to pull the stove and the refrigerator out 2 feet if possible. And I'm thinking, well, it's not possible. I can't do that. So I didn't do it. Now I will be honest with you. I haven't used my stove in several years. Like, you know, I started doing counter cooking and I just don't cook anymore. And I haven't used my stove. I haven't turned it on. So basically I got those glass plates that you can like kind of turn a stove into a counter, and and then I got some baskets, and I've kind of used it as like an extra pantry because I don't have a lot of room in here. So there was stuff all over the stove, and I did have a couple like bins in front of the stove. But I didn't think that it was going to be an issue because, like I said, they've never done anything on that side of the kitchen. Now you can see my kitchen is, when I talk about sides of the kitchen, it's pretty small. So this guy came in, and it was a new guy. In the past, like 2 or 3 times. It's been the same guy. I recognize him, but it was a new guy, and all he did is he looks at the stove. He's like, "Oh, you didn't move it." And I'm like, "Well, it said if possible. I didn't see how I was supposed to move it." He's like, "Oh, well, have you seen any, bug activity?" I'm like, not a one, which I haven't. Not spiders, not anything. And he's like, "Okay, well, if you haven't seen it," he goes, we're not allowed to move it anymore. We used to move things ourselves, but we can't do that anymore because," he goes, "because honestly, because one of our people got hurt moving stuff and they're suing the company. So we don't do it anymore." And we told the apartment complex that they had to have. So I'm thinking, okay, so a man, a fit young man got hurt moving equipment, and you want an almost 6-year-old woman resident to move a stove. Okay. Anyway, so he was like, "Okay, well, let me just note it," and then he left. Well, I didn't think anything of it. He didn't do a gel treatment like under the sink. He didn't even go into the bathroom. All he did was walk into the kitchen. And then on Friday, when I got home from work, there's a notice on my door, all in kind of like apartment legalese, that they were not able to do the treatment, and there's a whole paragraph, and again, it's like apartment legalese about how when you sign the lease agreement that you're not allowed to have accumulation of trash and fire hazard and yada yada yada, and if you don't clean that, you have 3 days to leave the apartment. It's just like all of this and it's like, and so then they scheduled another exterminator appointment for August 8th. So I have 2 weeks to fix the problem, and I'm thinking, okay, they don't want stuff on top of the stove. So I called my apartment complex, and of course the manager's gone already, so I talked to the assistant manager, and she's like, "Well, yeah, all I know is like he said he wasn't able to do the treatment, and and that's so." And she said I have to call tomorrow and talk to the actual manager because she's the one who talks to the guy. And I'm thinking, okay, they want me to get everything off the stove. I mean, that's 100% doable, of course. But it's like, do they still really expect me to move the stove? I called my friend at work, and she's like, "Well, if they are, then, she and her husband can come over that week and help me pull it out." I mean, I'm just hoping I don't hurt myself. I'm hoping I don't damage the floor that then I'm going to be liable for. But it just means that I'm like in this state of like, I have to really organize, clean, straighten my apartment. Even though all he did was go into the kitchen, it's like, well, I do have a bunch of stuff. I have, a bunch of craft stuff everywhere. And it's like, I have to make sure it doesn't look like it's a fire hazard, which it isn't. But, anyway, so yesterday, I spent a lot of the day like cleaning and organizing, and I mean, I'm like nowhere near done, because it's the kind of thing when if I'm going to organize and, I really need to go through everything, and, and one of my, and this is a physical problem that I have, is that taking out the trash is actually difficult for me because I have to go up and down the stairs. And not only do I have to go up and down the stairs, I have to go up and down the stairs with bags of trash or boxes of cardboard or whatever. I typically take out my trash in the morning when I have to go down the stairs anyway to go to work. But since I was organizing and cleaning out and getting rid of stuff yesterday, I had, bags, and I'm like, okay. And I don't want to go out in the heat of the day, so I'm like waiting till like evening. And I went out actually 3 times, I think. So I was really proud of myself. I went up and down the stairs 3 times to take out the trash. I rested in between because it's like it kills my legs and my back, and I think it's a little bit easier than, let's say, laundry, because when I'm coming back up, I'm not carrying anything, as opposed to like when you're doing laundry, you're coming back up with a heavy load. So anyway, so that was yesterday. So I'm a bit stressed. I'm almost like, because the thing too is like, it makes me feel like my living situation is not secure. As I've said, like, I didn't get another lease. I don't know why. They've always like just kind of rolled over the lease, and when it was time for the lease to be up, I just had a notice you know, with the new offer, and that didn't happen this year. I don't know if there was a management change, like an ownership change of the building, and so they're not automatically offering a lease anymore. I don't know. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit afraid to bring it up because I just, the idea that I would have to move, I have no money to move. Moving is extremely expensive and I have nothing to do that with. But just physically, I can't even think about it. It's like such a stressor for me. So anyway, I was trying to just be philosophical about this whole thing and use it as an opportunity to, you know, make my environment better and more organized, do the stuff that I've been wanting to do, but it's an impetus that I have to do it kind of thing. And just, you know, reorganize everything in this front part of my apartment. So, and I'm trying not to be like stressed about it or depressed about it or whatever. I'm just trying to kind of just be stoic. So that how that kind of goes into my crafting. So this past week, during the course of the week, I kind of did crochet one day, stitching. And up to yesterday, I'd stitched on 2 projects, and I was thinking the whole week, well, I have all day Saturday, and I will get a lot of stitching done Saturday. Well, yesterday rolled around, and I was not in the headspace to stitch because I was popping up. I was trying to, like, I don't want to work myself into where I'm in so much pain I can't, like, do anything the next day or whatever. So I was trying to be really good about, you know, get up and work for 15 minutes and then go rest for half an hour and then get up and do something else for 15, you know. So I was trying to do that, and, you know, some of the organizing I can do kind of like sitting, so it's not as much of a problem and whatever. But I just wasn't in the headspace to stitch because I'm almost like trying to turn my brain off, if that makes sense. So what I ended up doing was crocheting on my lazy day wrap, because that is very non-thinking. It's just, my hands are busy and I don't even have to think about it because it's just single crochet. So I only have 2 stitch projects to show you this week, and I have some crochet stuff that I worked on, and that's it. So I hope that that's okay. I mean, it is what it is, right? You know, so it's like, that's what I did this week. There are some weeks when I'm working on 12, 15 projects and I show them to you. This week, it's not gonna be like that. So anyway, so that's my weird week. Next week and the week after may not be any better. I don't know. I mean, it is going to continue to be busy at work. I'm going to have to continue to get stuff organized in the evenings. Tuesday, this coming week, I'm playing D&D with my brother, so that usually means I don't get very much crafting done that night. So it is what it is. That's just how things are going to be for the next couple weeks. And hopefully when I talk to the manager tomorrow, she will just be like, oh yeah, it's just that, you know, they need to get behind there. I'm trying not to anticipate, and I'm just going to go in there, or not go in, I'm going to call, you know, just being like, hey, you know, what is this about? Because it's, you know, as I said, they use the legalese stuff, and I know that in a way they have to, because, you know, they can't just be all like, hey, you know, you just need to do this. They have to be all official, but it just, you know, when there's things about you'll have 3 days to vacate the apartment kind of thing, it just stresses me out. So anyway, that's where my headspace is right now. I don't want to dwell on it. I just want to do what I have to do to take care of it. And yeah, and hopefully soon things will get back to more, less things to worry about. I mean, I'm still worrying about my car. I haven't even heard about my car yet. I don't need commiseration on that. You know, I have to call my car guy and find out what the hell's going on with it. Obviously I have a car to drive now. So I don't know, you know, if he gets the car to work, if I can sell it. I don't know, sell it for parts. I don't know. The whole thing just stresses me out, and I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. I know I'm going to have to, but it's just another thing on my plate right now that makes me feel sick to my stomach. So All right, so let's go into what I did, to the positive, stuff, and then this may be a shorter video. Okay, so thank you everybody who was like very complimentary about my basket last week. I love it, so I'm really happy with it. I like the technique also, which is holding several strands of various types and colors and textures of yarn together to create it, and definitely am intrigued by that technique and want to keep doing stuff like that. And to that end, this is not going to be a basket. Obviously, it's sort of, I guess, I modified two of her projects, the basket, and then she made like a bag. So I decided, well, can I make a bag using that sort of basket technique? And so that's what I'm trying to do. So this is where I am with it. I think I'm going to go, so I'm not doing any, it's just straight spiral stitching now. It's just single crochet, and I think I'm gonna take it to like maybe about this tall, and then kind of do a couple decreases, so maybe it gets a little bit of this type of shape, and then I don't know how tall I'll make it, maybe like this. I guess it's gonna partly depend on how much yarn I have, and then I'm gonna add like a shoulder strap. So this is again using five strands of yarn held together. I have just, this is a white Red Heart Super Saver. This is sort of a gris, a gray brown sort of, I don't know what it's called, like butter, and I think it's more of a chain stitch than a twist, but it is really super soft. I have a premium home cotton, sort of, it's not variegated, it's like speckled. I have a Lion Brand Mandala Sparkle. I know I'm holding them over here and you can't really see them, but, and this is the colorway. What is this? Oh, Nova. So kind of just a pinky and grays mixed together. And then this is a Loops and Threads, which is a Michaels brand. This is the Soft Classic, and this is color upside down, Primrose Multi. So again, pinks and grays, and it actually has kind of a gray green in it, which I think adds kind of a nice little touch. I don't even know if you can see the green. I think you can, but I like the way this is looking. I'm not working on it that much as far as, I'll pick it up and I'll put in sort of a row, and yeah, so I'm in no rush to get that finished, but I am enjoying it. Okay, baskets. I decided to try another one, which it's almost finished, actually. I mean, I could have finished it, but I kind of wanted maybe your guys' opinion. So I did this one with t-shirt yarn. This is Big Twist t-shirt yarn. Joann's was having a big sale, and so I did indulge in some stuff. I saw this reviewed, TL Yarn Crafts. So I have like 3 crochet channels that I'm watching now. TL Yarn Crafts, Elise Rose Crochet, and Pretty Peaceful. Those are the 3 that I've been watching. And I like when they do yarn reviews and stuff. I especially like when they do yarn reviews of more accessible yarns, because I'm not going to buy the really expensive stuff. I just don't have that in my budget right now. And I'm fine with the more big name, less, I want to say less good. Like I'm not getting any hand-dyed yarns or anything like that, because I can't pay that. If somebody wants to give it to me, that's great. But yeah, I'm not paying for it. I mean, I look at these yarn advent calendars and stuff, and it's like, wow, that'd be really nice. And then I look and see that it's $250, and you know, that's not gonna happen. Same with like stitching boxes, I don't get them. But anyway, Tony at Tail Yarn Crafts did review this, and one of the things she said was like normal t-shirt yarn, which I've never used before. And t-shirt yarn is just that. It's like strips of a double knit t-shirt material. She said usually they're really stiff, and they're usually cotton and hard on the hands and everything like that. And this one, she said, was kind of stretchy, and she gave it a really good review. So when I saw it, I decided to get two, because they were not that expensive. And it's a lot in this. I don't even know if there's a core, or if it's solid. But anyway, so I got these two colors. This is lime, sour lime, and orchid bloom. And I thought that they would be make a cool basket. And then I showed you last week I got those wooden bottoms. So that's what I did. I used it to make, I used the wooden bottom to make this basket. And I did just a double crochet, and I did stripes. It doesn't look that great in the back where I joined it. I was trying to do sort of an invisible join, and obviously didn't quite accomplish that. I think that the wooden bottom is good for this particular material, because this is partly because of the material and partly because I did the double crochet. It is a lot stretchier of a basket than like this one. This one is pretty stiff. So I think that the wooden bottom on this is good because it gives it structure. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is I made this little handle. You did the loom, you know, the French knitting, the little loom thing to make this little handle. And I basically tied it on the inside. And I just want to know, what do you guys think? Do you think that that looks ridiculous, or do you think that I should go ahead and make one for the other side? I'm torn. I don't know if I like it or not. So that's where I am with that. But the basket, I mean, is basically done, right? Except for I have to decide if I want to take this handle off and not have handles, or make another one of these and have that handle, or figure out something else for the handles. So, another basket. Okay, and then as far as what I really spent most of my time on with crochet was my lazy day wrap, I think is what she's calling it. And again, what this is so I don't want to show you this yet, because this is what I really worked on. Oh, you're gonna see it. So what this is this is a very easy stitch. It's just single crochet, and the beauty, the uniqueness of the item comes from the fact that you're stitching with like it's like a 3, I think. 3, which I don't know what that means as far as weights. I'm not well versed yet. Yeah, so I guess a lightweight 3 yarn, but with a giant hook. So I'm using a 11.5. She in her pattern in her video said 12. I couldn't find a decent 12, so I'm using the 11.5. So I started this with and then you use the Lion Brand mandala, and basically the beauty of the yarn is where all of your beauty comes from, and then the fact that you're using this giant hook and you're just doing single crochet, it makes like this lacy thing. So I started out with this one, which is called Snorks, and it's kind of like a muted gray purple, and I was enjoying it. But two things: one, I decided that this one looks like my friend, so I'm going to send it to her. But the other thing is it would be, now this is how long she said to make it. I followed the stitch count that she said. It would be too short for me to use comfortably, like as a wrap, you know, it wouldn't wrap long enough. So I was making it, and you know, I'm enjoying the way it looks. I think when you block it out, it opens it up even more, so you're going to see it more, you know, the holes are going to be bigger, it's going to look lacier even. But I'm thinking, okay, I couldn't use this anyway because I think it would be too short, and it's for my friend, and I wanted to make one for myself first. I mean, I know that sounds terrible, but I was itching for something that I could then use, and so I got this far in this one, and you know, I'm not abandoning it or anything. I just kind of went and started one for myself, and that's what I've been going to town on. And I so yeah, so this one is still in progress, obviously. So what I did is I added, I figured out how long, you know, this is, and then kind of like how long I think I would want it. And so for what she says is to chain 109, and then of course, because you then start in the second chain from the hook, you're doing 108 stitches. So I'm like, well, I didn't want it double the length. So I figured if I added, and I didn't necessarily want it to be half the length, which would be adding like 50 something stitches. So I decided to add like 40 stitches, or yeah. So I did 100, and I chained 151, so that I'm actually, it's 150 stitches long. And I'm using the colorway Mantis, and I'm a good way in. And like I said, this is just very, because all it is single crochet, you know, it's just very, like I don't have to think about it. You just go. So when I was up and down all day yesterday, organizing and cleaning and sweeping and, you know, just doing all the stuff that I was doing dishes. I mean, that's normal stuff, but I would just come back and work on this. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I know it's like, it's not revolutionary. I mean, again, it's just single crochet, but I just think it's so pretty. It feels really pleasant. I mean, this is an acrylic, and I know like some of the, you know, yarn snobs are like, acrylic has a plasticky feel, and I guess maybe it does have a slightly plasticky feel, but I don't mind it. I like the way it feels. I'm thinking, let's see, finish the green, that's gonna go into purple and pink. I think it's gonna be maybe like this much, like another third bigger, so I think it's gonna be like maybe this wide, and it's gonna be really nice to like use as a wrap or a scarf, or, you know, just in 100 different ways. And I got several different colorways of this mandala yarn because it's just so pretty, and so I'm gonna, you know, definitely just keep making more of them. I want to take one to leave at work because the office air conditioning gets to me in the afternoon. And I, you know, they're lightweight enough that I think that I could fold it up kind of nice and tight and put it in like a little, almost like a makeup bag, and keep one in my purse for like those times when you're somewhere where you're just chilly. I mean, you know, I mean, it's not that small, but I think it would work, especially if not a purse, like in a tote bag that you're taking places. I'm definitely going to take it. I told you guys for my birthday, my friends Greg and Lisa are going to take me to see a play or see a musical, I think. It's leaving my mind now what we're going to go see, but I'm definitely going to bring this because it should be well done by then. You know, because the theater's always cold. So, yeah. So I've been working on this quite a bit this week. It's just given me comfort to stitch on it. So, and I don't have very much left to go to finish it. And then, you know, I don't know if I'll work on this other one or I'll start another one. I don't know. But yeah, I have been kind of, I want to say obsessed, but just, you know, this has been comfort stitching for me when I've been feeling stressed and tired. And that's why I haven't gotten a lot of like cross stitching done. Cross stitching is comfort stitching as well, but just, it takes a little bit more brain engagement, and I haven't had a lot of brain engagement available. Okay, so that was all the crochet stuff I worked on, and then I did stitch. I have 2 whips to show you. So I worked on Lemonade this week, which is the Emma Congdon from Cross Stitch for the Soul. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I'm not gonna pull it because it's in the book right there, but you guys have seen it. And so I got kind of like this top section completed with the green, and then started lemons. And this is this chart is over 2 pages, and this is like basically the first page. So the first page is almost, because this goes into the second page. So it's like kind of halfway done as far as size. And yeah. So I'm not using really any of the called for. I mean, I am if I had it. If not, I just kind of fudged it. And I'm doing this on an Aida that I bleached. This originally was a bright like Christmas red, and I tried bleaching it because I wanted to see what happened, and it turned out this kind of pretty coral. It's got a little bit of modeling. I probably would have liked a little bit more modeling, but you know, it came out how it came out, and I thought that it would look good with the yellows and greens and blues of this chart. And then I did show you guys last week that my idea for finishing it, whether it works or not, would be to mount it on this lemon cutting board. And then, you know, if it doesn't work, then I'll have another cutting board, but if it does, I think that would be really cute. Okay. And then the other whip I worked on this week is Black Pearl. Trying to get a finish on this sooner rather than later. I mean, I don't think it's gonna get finished in July, but I don't think I'm gonna put it away. I think I'm just gonna keep it out until I finish it. So it should be finished sometime in August, unless I just really don't feel it calling to me. Oh no. What did I just drop? I just dropped a needle and okay, I'll have to look for that later. Hopefully I will not find it with my foot. Okay. So I started the at the top there, and then I did this sort of strandy thing and finished the purple kind of inner border back stitch line. So I have to finish the words up here, the black. There's, you know, another matching kind of thing like that on this side, and then there's some down at the bottom, and then there's a little bit of border left, and then the back stitch line on the border, and then that's it. So it's not a lot that's left to do on it. I showed you last week I got the plain black frame, and then I'm going to I found my fake sand dollars, so I'm gonna glue these kind of to the corners of the frame. And then I got some black pearls. Oh, come on. So I guess this is what I got this week, is these black pearls. $5 worth of black pearls. But they're flat back, so they should glue. And they're assorted sizes. So the biggest one is like that. So I think that will be pretty. You know, I'm not like particularly speedy about finishing done, so we'll see. I get in moods and then I get a bunch of stuff done. And so that was all of my crafting this week. Sorry, I'm just like obsessed. Oh, there it is. Good. Found it. That's good. I won't find it with my toe. Hold on. Sorry. Very exciting airtime here. Okay, so I haul those pearls is like the only thing that I got this week. And I think the only thing I'm going to get for a while, because I have kind of used my crafting budget for the next couple months for yarn and stuff. So I'm good. I'm good for a while. And then plans, I talked to you about this last week, that you know, August I have 2 new starts, planned new starts that I've done every August. One is for my Black Cat birthday sal, and one is a lion, because, you know, I'm a Leo. And when I first started this, size of the project, whatever, was never an issue. And then one year, like 3 years ago or something, I did a Night Walk Down, because I love the black cat, and I just haven't finished it because it's just too big, and I'm honestly not enjoying the project. So it's on my inactive list, and eventually I think I'm going to pull it back out and do like a modified finish, and just like cut off, because I got the girl and the cat done. And so I think that that's what I'm going to do. I love the whole thing, the way it looks. I'm just not wanting to stitch on it. So for my lion project this year, so what I was saying about size is that the last couple years, I realized I prefer it when I have a smaller project for those 2 things, so they can get done reasonably before the next year comes along, the next August. Like I have a lion project that I started this year, my dandelions, but it's pretty big. It's going to last for a while. So yeah, I do want to start a new lion project, but I want it to be smaller. And I found this on eBay months and months and months ago, and I just think it's so cute. I'm not gonna stitch the words. I'm just gonna stitch the lion. He kind of reminds me of Baggy in attitude, obviously not in the way he looks. Okay, and we're getting like a ton of glare. Okay, that's better. So, you know, and it was a kit. It's from 1976. It didn't have fabric in it. I don't know if it had fabric in it originally, but it does have floss. So, and then I got this little piece of fabric as like an add-on when I bought a magazine. So I'm thinking that this little piece of fabric might work. Color-wise. If not, I have lots of little cute pieces of fabric, but maybe this will work. So I'll have to look into that. And then as far as the Black Cat birthday sal, I haven't even looked. So I thought I would pull out my bag of, I have my like kits and, oh, excuse me. I have my kits and my charts kind of sorted by categories. So this has a lot of, well, this is animals, but black cats are in there. So I thought I'd pull out some of the options and kind of talk it through with you guys. So maybe it won't be as short a video as I thought. So one of the main contenders, I've wanted to do this one for a long time and have actually even pulled a piece of Heroic, which is a Picture This Plus. This, you know, this was one of those ones like they had them on sale for like $5 or something like that. And I got a bunch of these little pieces of Picture This Plus fabric, 8x12s. And this one came in and I was a bit disappointed because Heroic is supposed to be like splotches of like, you know, red and blue on this kind of plain background. And mine is very unsplotched. I've got a little bit there and a little bit there. And other than that, it's just kind of a beige fabric. But I mean, it's got a little bit, you know, of tonality to it. But I thought it might work with this chart. I love this chart. This is a download from Valenti. I mean, this is obviously like a Ukrainian or a Russian designer. Yeah. And I love it. I don't want to do the middle pumpkin as an actual, like a jack-o'-lantern. I just want it to be a pumpkin. And then I also thought it would be really cute to, instead of having 3 orange pumpkins, to have like an orange pumpkin and maybe like a turquoise pumpkin and a pink pumpkin. But I love the black cat on this. Now, what has held me back is I haven't felt like kitting it up, to be quite honest, because first of all, it's like way more colors than you think, right? So this is the floss chart. So it's a ton of colors. It doesn't look like it would be, but it is. And then if I want to change the colors of the pumpkins, then I have to actually be creative in my brain and figure out the colors for the other 2 pumpkins as well. I haven't felt that creative. So this is a big contender, but I just don't know if I have the mental capacity right now to kit it up. So that is that. Okay, then I have this little Dimensions kit, which is nice that it's a kit, but it's all kinds of cats, so I don't know that I actually want to do a bunch of cats. There is a black cat there, but then I have this little chart. Again, we've got, now this only has, well, no, it has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 colors. I don't think I'm going to do that one. I'm not feeling that. This is cute. Just a little heart and hand. Little guy. So that would be doable. Of course, the black cats have a lot of like Halloween-esque-ness to them. This one is actually a big contender for me because it isn't that big. It's 66 by 80. It was a free chart by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I'm not even sure exactly what color the cat is. 415, so that's going to be close. That's dark, right? But especially because now I'm crocheting and everything, I thought it... so I'm going to hold it back here because it's the chart, but it was a free chart. But it's called, can you even see it? It's called Catastrophe or Catastrophe. Catastrophe. So it's a cat like tangled up in a ball of yarn. Which I have to say, somebody asked me if a baggie chewed up my yarn or anything like that, and he doesn't. He basically leaves it alone. He's never been interested in my cross stitching at all, except for the fact that when I'm laying there and I have the hoop right here and he wants to get on my chest, then he's annoyed with it. But he doesn't bug it or anything like that. The crocheting, the only thing is like if he's on my bed when I'm crocheting and like, you know, I pull the yarn and so the yarn is kind of traveling across my body and it's moving, or across the bed, depending if I'm sitting up or laying down or whatever. He is slightly interested in that yarn, only to like put his paw on it. Like, you know, but he's not interested in like chewing on the yarn or pulling on the yarn or anything like that. I did catch him this morning because I was kind of reorganizing some of my yarn yesterday, and I guess I had a little ball of yarn, just like a little scrap ball, and it must have fallen on the floor because all of a sudden he was playing with something and it was that yarn. I'm like, no, that's not a toy. I gave him a different toy instead, and that was fine. But he wasn't doing anything with it. He was just batting it around because it was a ball. I have Harvest Time, which is sort of a companion to the October 31st, I think, that I did. I love this chart, but it's too big for me to start for my Black Cat birthday sale, but that's really cute. That's the Leela Studio. This chart is Kitten Bixby is only 7 colors, so, and it's not that big. It's 141 by 93, but it looks like it's a pretty simple stitch. But I don't know, it might be too big to start from Black Cat birthday sale. But it's a Kitten Bixby. Home is where your cat is. I have this Dimensions, but it is not a black cat. I got this a long time ago when I first started stitching. It's funny, I got this, I had only been stitching a couple months. I wouldn't start this obviously because it's a Siamese, it's not a black cat, but I only been stitching a couple months and it was on sale, I think 1-2-3 Stitch, and I got it with the intention of maybe making it for my mom eventually. And I was a brand new stitcher, and I opened it up and I looked at the instructions, you know, and it is a Dimensions gold. It's petite, but it's still gold. And I was like, nope, not ready for this. I just put it away, you know. And it's funny because now I've started a couple Dimensions gold big charts, and it's like I can, you know, they're not intimidating, but boy, that when I first opened it up, it was like, that was scary. And then I have these two ink circles. Again, don't think that I would start these. This one doesn't even have a cat on it. This one does. So this is the Hey Diddle Diddle. So this is Hey Diddle, where the cow's jumping over the moon, and then this is the cat and the fiddle. So I think they're really cute, but I don't know that that is a Black Cat birthday sale contender. And then I also have a Mill Hill somewhere. Which is the black cat that's like in, it's a black cat in the leaves. Oh, there it is. This one. So that is a contender as well. I love doing Mill Hills. So, you know, possibly this one, but I don't know. I just have to see what I'm feeling. So I think right now it's between the Mill Hill, which is appealing, honestly, because I wouldn't have to kit up anything, and the Autumn Lane Stitchery. So how big is the Mill Hill? Just curiosity. So Mill Hill's like almost full coverage, but I don't have to kit up anything. This one looks maybe a little bit easier. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think I have any little cat Mill Hills. No ornament Mill Hills that are cat related. So yeah, so that's where I am at as far as my projects for August. I just have to see where my mood takes me, basically, and decide on what I wanna start. And you know, this bottom lane requires pulling a piece of fabric, which isn't an issue, and then pulling some flosses and kitting it up. Again, not that difficult, but my brain right now is a little bit like, So we'll see. It'll be a surprise to all of us. But I think that is it. This has turned out to be almost 50 minutes, so not as short as I thought it would be. Sorry if you were looking forward to that. But I hope that you have a great week coming up. I hope I have a not too stressful week. I hope I can kind of just get stuff done around here, feel accomplished, and that when I talk to my apartment manager, she's not nasty to me. So fingers crossed that everything works out okay. And I mean, I know I don't have any bug problem, but you know, if they're going to be stickler about having to have the stove pulled out, before I started this video, actually I went and just like wiggled a little bit, and I guess I could wiggle it out. I am a little worried about the floor, but you know, if I damage the floor because they told me to do this, then you know, I don't know. Anyway, so that's where I'm at, and I'm going to maybe try and figure out my black cat birthday style today. Maybe crochet some more on my lazy day wrap. Maybe stitch. I just don't know. And try and get some more stuff done. I'm glad that at least I have 2 weeks, because although it wasn't fun to get this notification on a Friday afternoon when I can't talk to anybody about it, at least it gave me 2 weekends to take care of stuff, plus, you know, the nights in between. So that is something to be thankful for. So I'm trying to keep, you know, as I said, I'm trying to look at this as, you know, an opportunity to get stuff done and to reorganize and make my environment better. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do that in my brain. Not to think of it as a negative, but to think of it as an opportunity to make things better. And it's good, you know, go through like, you know, my pantry and pull out stuff that's expired and, you know, get rid of stuff, and, you know, that is a good thing to do and needs to be done. So, yeah. Anyway, now I'm just in the rambling stage, so that means it's time to let you guys go and try and get this uploaded quickly. And it's still really early. It's only 9:30. I was up early today. You know, when my brain is going a lot, sometimes it's hard to relax. So I might try and take a little bit of a nap this afternoon. Again, work on stuff. Sort of pace myself. I made some really good food in the Instant Pot yesterday, so I have leftovers of a turkey sausage pasta that I made in the Instant Pot. Very easy. Took actually about 2 minutes to dump everything. Well, no, that's not true, because I did cook the turkey sausage first in the Instant Pot, so that took however long it takes to brown, you know, brown turkey so that it's all cooked. But then basically, I put in about a cup of water in the Instant Pot. I put a jar of spaghetti sauce in the water, mixed that up. I had half a box of protein pasta. Put that in and put the turkey back on top, or turkey sausage, and cooked it in the Instant Pot for 4 minutes, which, you know, is actually longer because it has to come up to pressure. And then released it. It did not sputter, which was great. That's the one thing I worry about when I'm cooking pasta, is if it's gonna like spit. It didn't spit. It was just regular steam. But I released the pressure and then added a half a block of cream cheese and some Parmesan cheese and put the lid back on, so it was just in the warm section, and let that melt, and stirred it up, and it was pretty delicious. And it made a nice bowl for yesterday's food, and I have probably another 2 servings. So that's what I'm going to be eating for lunch today. So, now that you know my whole menu, it is time to let you go. So until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Karla. Bye-bye.